Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world. Whenever you're watching this video, welcome to the Bitcoin family channel. For the newcomers, my name is Didi. Filming really early this morning. It's still dark in the outside because I promised you to put the videos out again at 7:30 in the morning. I will try to do the recordings the day before, but yesterday it just didn't succeed because yesterday I watched a really cool video made by my nephew, Hardcore Never Dies. You can watch it also on Amazon Prime. I really enjoyed it. The end is a little bit but the rest of the movie really good, guys. Now in today's video we have 4 amazing Bitcoin charts. We have a trading tip, we have some travel advice, we're talking about the news because there's some massive news out there, answering one of the questions, which was a difficult question, and yes, of course, giving some life quote at the end of the video. Wish you a very beautiful Monday morning. Let's start this morning with some thumbs ups because we are already at 67k again for Bitcoin. Again, this beautiful Monday morning here in Sierra Nevada, Spain. Let's check the charts first. Bam! The first chart for the day, guys, is this 4-hour chart. On this 4-hour chart, you can see what I drew the last time, that inverse head and shoulders that would have played out like this. That didn't play out. We didn't reach this level over here at 68k. We are reaching it now, though. For me, the target will stay the same. If we will break the 68k level over here, we will reach that 76, 77k level. That is still a target. It is not a perfect head and shoulder then, but still is a wide right shoulder. So yes, then we can still go up to 77k levels. That's at least my target. Of course, there is resistance at 72k, but you know, if we picked up a shitload of liquidity down here, so we should be able to break these 72k levels and bring it to higher to 75 and 77k short term, guys. If we zoom out, we go to the day chart. On the day chart, we can see that the bearishness is declining. Look, these red bars at the bottom over here, they are becoming smaller. The blue line, you see, it starts to curl up again. It will start to cross that red line in the future. Here the green and the red are still increasing. We see some positive green candles on the daily now. We can also see large wicks of the red ones over here. So we had a beautiful retrace on the daily, and now we should be building up, which is in line with what I just told you. If we break those levels, we will be able to go to those 77k levels. If we zoom out a little bit more to the weekly, we can see that even on the weekly close this week, it's this red candle that closed, has a large wick to the bottom, a small body on the top. The week before was indecisive. We didn't know when we gonna go up or down. Now we went down. We brought up all the negativity and we made this beautiful candle that is a bullish candle. Mostly when we see these candles, we will see bullish weeks again after it. These are candles with large wicks on the bottom, small body. Let me know down in the comment what the name of this candle is, and maybe I will give you a t-shirt. One of the right answers will receive a t-shirt, but positive candle if you ask me. Now, let's zoom out a little bit more. This is the first one. This was not zoomed out, it's zoomed in, but you can see over here 69k. If we reach that level, a lot of people will be liquidated. Liquidation heat map, coin glass. Again, these levels will be reached because these bears over there that have shorts, and because they are going short, if Bitcoin goes in the opposite way, long, they will be liquidated. So the bulls want to liquidate these bears. So the bulls want to push the price to 69k, and then a lot of bears will be liquidated. That's how the market moves. It's a play between bears and bulls. This chart is a 2-month chart. So 2 months means every candle is 2 months. We can see on the bottom the RSI, and we can see on the top the Bitcoin price and each top. So if we could calculate these two tops over here and draw a dotted line, the next top would be somewhere over there. That would be 260 to 500,000 US dollar. You all know my opinion. My opinion is that 150,000 US dollar is already a very high level, but it would not be in line with the increase of these tops. If you look to the decrease of the RSI, then that top would also be somewhere out there. The thing on this chart that I really don't agree with, but it could happen, don't get me wrong, is that they are telling us that that top will already be in 2024, before 2025. So this 2 monthly chart is telling us if we keep the same amount of curve and the same amount of candles, we could reach that top over here already in 2024. If that would happen, then I believe we would have another top in 2025, just like we saw in 2013, 2014. Because a bull market normally takes place around 16, 17 months after the halving in April. So for me, this play is not the play I'm expecting, but I'm sharing this chart because there are people that expect this play, and you need to be prepared that this is also possible. Because when the RSI will top out, of course, there will be a retrace in the RSI as well. 2 monthly chart. Be aware that you understand that. Now, way more important is this chart, the daily stock to flow and price. Of course, we can see that we are now breaking there the stock to flow line on the daily. Every time we did this in the past after the bear market over here, breaking that line, we saw a huge run up. Bear market here, breaking that line, we went up. Bear market here, breaking that line, we went up. And this is the double top I was just talking about. 2013, we came down, bam, even higher in 2014. That of course could be also one of the plays, because we said we had this double top, low, higher, we had a single top, and now we had a distribution top, also double top, but as high as each other. So multiple possibilities for Bitcoin, but the positive part is we are now crossing the stock to flow line upwards with a daily Bitcoin price. Amazing chart. Now, then we have this chart as well. This is Glassnode chart. On this chart, you can see the spent volume 6 months to 5 year supply relative, which indicates every time when we cross that line, just look at this arrow, the red line over there, that is the start of the second part of that bull market. Look here, the first time we crossed that line was over there. That was the start of this bull market. Huge bull market of that double top. Now 2017 is a little bit more beautiful market, but when we cross that line over there, that's the start of the second part of the bull market. Here we cross the line, that was the start of the 3K to 14K level. Here we cross that line, it was the start of the second part of the bull market. We are crossing this line now. Will it be this one, touching it and going down? Or will it be a shorter one like this one here, the 14K, the 3K to 14K? We don't know. But the fact is, every time in history when we crossed that line, it was a bullish move. It was not a bearish move. We didn't go down, the market went up. And that is what you need to take from this chart. Here, the market went up. There, 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 the market went up. Even there, the market went up. Every time when we cross that line, the market went up. We are crossing that line. The market is going to move up, not down. And then I have one more special chart, but I will keep that one for the trading tip. So indeed, it was beautiful short-term trading volatility this weekend. Like I tweeted on Friday, look at that CME gap, because that gap was being created. And yes, we pulled back to the CME gap, went even higher on Sunday evening. So there was a simple trade on the Sunday that you could have done. Long-term, still the same story. We are slowly crawling up to the halving, and after the halving we will pump again in the Bitcoin price to higher highs than we have ever seen before. At the moment we are 67k. If we would touch the 68k level and break that 68k level, guys, that would mean that inverse head and shoulders still kind of played out. That would mean the target is at 77k. That's also what you saw on the liquidation side. There's a lot of people being liquidated above 69k. So the short-term target 69k, long-term target between now and a couple of weeks to months 77 to 80k, guys. Now let's jump into the trading tip. The trading tip for today is always keep an eye on the weekly but also on the monthly candle close. This monthly candle close is a very important candle close. A very important candle close, because this is the 7th month of green candles after each other. 7 successive green candles. We have never seen that before in history. Now, this 7th green candle, the closing of this candle is very important, because now at the moment we have a very large wick on the top and a very small body and a little wick on the bottom, and this is a bearish candle. This candle could mean that we get a monthly red candle after this, or even a couple of monthly red candles after this. This is a very powerful candle when you get it on the monthly chart. If we close this month around 72, 73k, then that's a large body with a small wick. That's a very bullish candle. But if the wick on the top is huge, the body is small, and that is when we close around these levels that we are now, Then there is a bearish monthly candle, and that would, in my honest opinion, be the last green candle of these 7 before we get a red candle. And that red candle doesn't mean like a huge crash, could also be just a sideways candle closing a little bit lower than the opening price. But if we see these candles, they mostly play out and they are mostly very powerful in the monthly chart, which could mean for some retracement in Bitcoin towards the halving. Also, if you look in the history, towards the halving or after the halving, we always saw a little retracement, 10%, 20%, 30%, doesn't matter, but a retracement will be there after 7 bullish months and that candle on top. And if we don't close this candle like in a bearish way, but in a bullish way, then I think the next scenario will play out. That's the scenario that is on my back, on the back of this cool sweater, guys. That one over there. Yes, that scenario to the moon is then going to play out. So let's see how this monthly candle will close in the next 5 days. I think it was Sunday, the 31st, then it will close. A very exciting week ahead. So be aware of the closing of the monthly candle as a trading tip for today. The travel tip for today is a tip that we as a family forgot to do in the last 7-8 years of traveling. And that is why I would advise you guys to do it. Because if you're traveling so many years, at a certain moment you just get into this vibe that you don't take too many pictures anymore, not many family pictures, because you're just enjoying all the travels and you're just not paying attention to taking pictures anymore. Now the travel tip I want to give you today is, if you are in a beautiful country or a beautiful location, hire a photographer that takes 2 or 3 hours at a time to take family and individual pictures of you guys in nature, in your house, just beautiful pictures. It doesn't cost much. You're supporting the local people because you will hire a local guide that knows the beautiful spots, where to take pictures, etc. And in the future, you will always have these amazing pictures on an amazing location. Because yes, of course, we do everything with the iPhone, we video with the iPhone, we take pictures with the iPhone. But if you have a professional photographer that has a professional camera, that knows the professional locations, it will be way more beautiful pictures than the pictures we are taking ourselves, or the selfies we are taking ourselves. So to support those people locally, I would always suggest, in a beautiful location, hire a photographer. Maybe it's $50, maybe it's $200. It doesn't matter how much it is for a day or for a holiday. But please let these people make money, let them make beautiful pictures. Take those pictures into your portfolio and into your beautiful travel logbook. That's my travel tip for today. Have professional pictures taken all over the world. They will also enhance your social media. And yes, of course, it's also a nice experience because you will find locations that you probably normally wouldn't find, because the photographers mostly know the beautiful picturesque locations that you need to visit. That's the travel tip for today. The question today from one of the followers was, Didi, do you really believe there will be a retracement? Because didn't the whole Bitcoin investor community change from retail now to professional investors that will hold Bitcoin for the long term? Yes, I agree with you. We are slowly changing into institutional investors that are buying Bitcoin through a spot ETF or the CME or whatever it is. But it's still the smallest part of the industry. The biggest part, around 80%, is still held by people like you and me, retail investors. It's only like 20% or something that's held by these spot ETFs. It's growing, but it's by far near the total market cap that we have in Bitcoin. So it's still a lot of emotional people in this industry that, yes, when we will visit 77K, for example, want to take profit. And because they take profit, the price will fall a little bit. And I also agree that the spot ETFs will be buying up all that volume, and especially now that Grayscale, one of the biggest spot ETFs, is almost done with dumping all their Bitcoins, because people were selling their Bitcoins at Grayscale because of the high fees, buying them probably back 30 days later at one of the other spot ETF offerers. But the dumping of Grayscale is almost over. It can take 1 or maybe 2 more months that they keep dumping a little bit by bit. But as we saw on the last day, it was only 170 million worth of Bitcoin being dumped by Grayscale. At the moment, 600 million worth of Bitcoin are being bought by these other 8 spot ETF companies. So now it's turning around. So the buying pressure will be coming back. The halving is nearing, so we will have, of course, the halving, meaning less Bitcoins, new binary Bitcoins to the market every day, which will create a supply shock, which of course will create a pump. But whenever there is a pump, there is always people taking profit. It's not only the price, it's also human psychology. People are like, oh, it can't go higher, it can't go higher, let's sell. You know, the weekends, let's sell. And they will take their profits. And the smart people will buy those Bitcoins all the way till that moment that we see the indicators tell us, hey, this is near the top of the bull market. I made a reel about this. You can see it on Instagram. You can see it also on TikTok nowadays, exactly when I think what indicators need to flash for me to tell that that bull market is over. So it's very simple. I watch the indicators. When they flash and say, hey, this is the top, I will be stepping out. All the way till that moment, I will be buying every and each dip, dollar cost average, into Bitcoin. The news for today, guys. Yes, already did a live AMA on Saturday about this news, but the news for today is that anonymous crypto wallets will become illegal to use in Europe if you want to buy something at an official company or store. It's not illegal to have a non-custodial or self-custodial hardware wallet. So you can still keep your ledger. There's no issues over there. You can even give the ledger to another person with all the seed phrases. Then it's not even a transaction. That's just giving your ledger with the Bitcoins on it to another person. It's a form of payment, but not registered as a transaction because the Bitcoins are not moving from one address to the other address. Nobody would know that you would be giving that ledger to that person. Also, if it's peer-to-peer, you to me, that is also not illegal. You will still be able to send Bitcoins from your ledger to my ledger, and I from my ledger to your ledger, or from my Bitbox to your ledger, or from my whatever wallet you're using to each other. Peer-to-peer is not illegal. The law says that it will become difficult for companies to accept Bitcoin payments above 3,000 US dollar or 10,000 US dollar when they didn't verify the owner of the wallet. All the payments up to 3,000 US dollar don't need to be verified. So you can still use your Bitcoins for the small payments at, for example, Bam Bam Beach, or to buy some groceries, or to buy all that stuff that is cheaper than 3K. And when that stuff becomes more expensive than 3K, split up the payments. If you're buying something for 10K, then ask that dealer of the car, for example, hey, can I pay in 3 payments? 3K, 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 1K, or 4 payments, because then you reach 10K. And if you split it up, it's still payments below 3K and you don't need to do KYC. So we will always be creative to find ways around it. And maybe there's some guy out there, a very smart guy, that's listening to this story and is even creating some kind of decentralized app, a dApp, that will split up these payments automatically, so you will never have a higher payment than that 3K level. It is not only cryptocurrency, guys, it's also cash. So even if you cash out your Bitcoins to cash, that shop or dealer is not allowed to accept more than 3,000 euro worth of cash. And above 10,000 euro worth of cash is even illegal. That is a very bad situation that I really don't like. It's not only Bitcoin, it's not only money, it's the fact that they want to be in full control of whatever you and I do. This is impossible. Cash money is a form of freedom. It's a human right to have anonymous payment possibility because of cash money. They are now taking away that human right. And that is what I don't like, because they didn't ask us if we want this. We are all living in a democracy. Why don't they ask us if we want this? I think this is very bad what is happening, because this is step 1, 3K and 10K. Maybe step 2 is 1K and 5K. Maybe step 3 is $200 and 1K, and maybe step 4 is $100 and 1K, and maybe step 5 is, let's make cash disappear, have them only use central banks' digital currencies, and if they don't use that, the payment is not official. And then we are in full control. Social credit system, totally regime control. If you drive through a red traffic light, or you give the middle finger to an agent, they will freeze your complete capital. They will be able to freeze the capital. I'm not going to say that all the governments are bad and they want to freeze that capital, but they will be able in the future to freeze that capital if you don't fight for our rights now. And fighting for our rights doesn't mean war. It means in a peaceful, revolutionary way. And how do you do that? By withdrawing all your money from your bank accounts and putting it into Bitcoin. Empty this system of filthy fiat those that want to be controlling you, the central banks that are printing money out of thin air, that currency that is not backed by anything, the real hardcore shitcoins, empty those accounts and put that money in these freedom decentralized accounts that we refer to as Bitcoin. That is how you fight this peaceful revolution. Not only by tweeting, not only by making videos, not only by doing all like negative stuff, pasting stickers on buildings and everything, no. By emptying all your bank accounts. You need to lead by example for all your friends and family and your children. We empty those bank accounts. We are taking away all the control and the power from those companies that depend on us using those bank accounts. Just empty them and then put it all in this jar of Bitcoin over here. So we can take the control back to ourselves when it comes to financial decisions and financial freedom. That is the way to fight this revolution. Any other solution is non-solution. Just empty that. Just take away the power. As long as you use their currency, they are in control. The moment you start to use our currency, Bitcoin, we start to become in control. Simple as that. That was the news for today. And that leads also to the last part of the video. And that last part of the video is exactly about the same. I'm always talking about, please find your passion. Please find your goal in life and then go for it. Grab it live by the balls. For all those people that cannot find that passion or that have difficulties with like deciding, what would my passion be? Make this your passion. Make this freedom revolution your passion. And I mean in a peaceful way. This could be a perfect passion to not only find a goal in life, but also change the future for you and the next generation. This is also one of my passions. My passion is fighting for freedom. That is why I'm waking up every morning early to create these videos, to be a voice for all those people that can't be a voice. I want to keep freedom when it comes to speech, freedom when it comes to finance, freedom when it comes to decisions, freedom when it comes to traveling, freedom when it comes to health. I want freedom in all parts of my life. And I want that freedom also to be there in all parts of life of my children and of their children. And that is why this is such a passion for me. I'm not making these videos every day for a little bit of dollars or euros that you can earn with YouTube. I'm making these videos every day because I want a different future than those people want that are now in control because we are using their currency. If you don't have a goal in life or a passion, make this your goal in life. Make preserving freedom in any kind of way and also financially the goal in your life. Start to make videos, start to write blogs, start to talk to people, become a speaker, become a writer, write a book, whatever it is. Contribute to the knowledge that you have and that you want to distribute to all those people out there that still don't understand, that are still sleeping, that are still running the hamster wheel so hard that they don't even have a minute of the day, the time to think about what is happening, what they are slowly converting this world into, in a totalitarian social credit system run by the rich people, the 1%. Educate people about this. That is how you fight this revolution in a peaceful way. Tell them the same that I'm telling you. Empty those accounts. Take away their power by taking away their currencies. Empty them. And put all that money into this new account, this Bitcoin wallet, decentralized, that everyone in the world is able to use, and that we can use to, in an anonymous way, still transact with each other. And on the other hand, if you're a technical guy, please start to create more decentralized ways for companies to accept payments. Of course, a store with a physical building will be difficult to accept Bitcoins for them. Of course, I understand that, because they could be doing something illegal in the future. But a decentralized web shop, of which the owner is not known, we can buy whatever we want over there. So, and there we can also pay with Bitcoin. So we need to decentralize the whole economy in a very fast way so that they can't stop us anymore with all their stupid laws like the EU is making now. That is how you fight the revolution in a peaceful way. And that could be your passion as well. And if that becomes your passion, maybe that passion will even bring in some Bitcoins every month. And then maybe even you could change your life in a digital nomad lifestyle, the way that we are living. But if you don't want that, then just live the life that you are living if you're happy like that. But at least do something to contribute to this peaceful revolution so that we leave behind a very nice world for our children. Check my latest tweet, the poem that I shared over there. All the regrets we as parents will have if we don't fight this fight. If we keep sleeping, if we keep saying, yes, 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 do it, more laws, more laws. The future that we will be giving our children, you will be regretting it in the far future because you did it, because you didn't suit up, because you didn't fight. That's exactly what the poem is telling you that I tweeted in my tweet yesterday. Now, I hope you really enjoyed the video. That was the last part of the video. If you did enjoy the video, then please give the video a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. What do you think about everything, the charts, the tips, and of course the live advice. I want to thank you for watching. I wish you an amazing Monday, an amazing week. It's going to be a beautiful week again, of course, here in Sierra Nevada, but also at your place. And yes, Bitcoin, of course, is going to do well. I hope it will close above 70K, so we have a normal monthly closing wick, a green one. Maybe then we can even go for the 8th green monthly candle. Thank you for watching. I wish you an amazing day and see you tomorrow again. Bam.